This is your daily market recap for Tuesday, May 2nd, 2023. Let's go.
Hey everyone, this is my channel to help investors and traders develop a probability-based mindset to succeed. Also try and keep friends informed of what's going on in the markets and the economy, and also a little real estate content as well.
This is Dan Max at eXp Realty, aka the Trading Agent. This is your daily market review, Tuesday, May 2nd, 2023. Hopefully I had a chance to check out the live market chat earlier. A lot of good insights about levels, where the market might hold, what to expect going forward, and we're going to do it all again. Either way, just to kind of solidify it, because sometimes people need to hear something more than once to really learn and observe, compress, digest, whatever you want to call it. So, oh man, big day in the market in my mind. Definitely some pain from the bulls, which is not expected. I said yesterday on Monday, I thought we were in a bull trap. People seem to just dismiss it because, again, when the market's up, they can't see anything but up. And when it's down, they're like, oh, the market has to dump. We figure the action would get choppier in front of the FOMC meeting, which is tomorrow, 2 o'clock, and then their conference at 2:30. Personally, think Thursday and Friday are way more important because of Apple and the jobs numbers. At this point, the Feds are going to raise a quarter point. The market is going to do what? We'll see near term. We'll see. I personally think, again, this is just a big, huge monster trap based on the monthly charts, the bigger charts, time frames, the way the evidence is going to continue to lead and show as we go through these recaps. Everything is weakening. It's just a matter before the dam breaks. That's how I look at it. So if you're new to the channel, newer to the Trading Agent, whatever, check out the Discord room. Link is in the description below. Please get involved, where it's what the room is for. If you want to follow on Twitter, again, posting a ton of important stuff. Dropped a ton of charts today, a ton of charts and levels, and guess what? Some of them were magical in the sense that how they acted. So literally, like, we nailed some really good spots. If you decided to trade it, awesome. If not, you're observing. Again, continue to learn, take note, have a journal. Hit me up on Twitter if you have any questions. Again, if you're newer and you want to follow on YouTube, so much content, live chats. Again, make sure you hit the notification bell so you get the live chat alerts. And yeah, Back to Basics series. It's all on my website. Again, I've tried to take all these videos and compress them into like an order, essentially. Tips. That's weird that chart's not showing up. But anyway, and from more beginner level, entry level material down to the more what I would consider, advanced stuff. But here you go. Like, here's a video. How to trade the markets for the Monday and Tuesday preceding the FOMC meeting on Wednesday. If you don't realize, there's repeating patterns in everything in the market. Fed Watch tool, let's hit the refresh button. It literally feels like it's changing by the minute in the sense of it's holding up in the 80s. That's a lock. That is a lock for a rate hike. If there's anything, and they say you don't say in sports, don't ever say the word lock. Well, you can say the lock when the FOMC meeting odds are over 63% or 62.7, I think is the actual correct number. At this point, let's get into it. Bitcoin, chopping. Watch the range. Watch the range, watch the range, watch the range. I don't really know what to say at this point. It needs to hold 27,000 or break over 30. Now, a lot of people say, well, that's a wide range, 10%. Well, the reality is that's what Bitcoin does. It's technical. Right now, technically, it's not bullish or bearish. It's consolidating. Go with the levels if it goes. Or, again, I personally have told people, I think, just like gold, all this stuff, I think you're going to see some incredible volatility, but the best buying opportunity won't be till the Feds pivot. Oil, good God. Slam a jam. Things you don't see if the market and the economy are good. Just crashing. Natural gas, I mean, it's so low it can't go any lower. It's literally going below cost, I'm assuming at some point near term. The dollar. Make you holla all day, screaming. What's going on? No, I mean, we talked about the dollar, again, basing, getting over the 20-day, hitting the 100. Now, here is something you need to be concerned about. There is a scenario where the dollar gets dumped and the market dumps too. Keep that in mind. And there's also a scenario where the market goes down and the dollar goes up. At this point, I'm not trading the dollar, but big volume off of a bounce, maybe consolidation, or is this actually somehow accumulation? Like, if you look at the 10-minute chart, the opening of the dollar and down was pretty light, and then you started getting volume at the lows. Did anyone know? Here, I'll show you on the 10-minute. Usually don't do this, but here you go. Here's the dollar opens right? 730 was it right here? Pulls back. Then you have what? No, nothing really, and then boom. Here's your first buy right there. Someone absorbed it there. Someone absorbed it. Look at that in the action all day in the afternoon. Nothing, nothing, nothing. I know the candle looks red, but it looks like accumulation. That's just my opinion. Could be wrong. Tittle, TLT. What do we say about bonds? The volatility is what matters. I don't really care about it trading between 109 and 103, but if the bonds start getting bought aggressively, recession. If bonds get sold aggressively, something bad's happening. Either way, bond volatility is kind of what I'd be watching for. The VIX, are you surprised it woke up? Are you? Look at today's action. Not surprised. It popped and chopped. And as we said, I mean, do you really expect the market to absolutely low before the Fed speak Apple earnings and jobs numbers? I personally don't. Unless there's some extraneous event that's coming. No. But again, it's still a bear market. Just, again, the bulls are idiots. The perma bulls are idiots. They somehow think like we've manifested the solution and we're out of this. And it's like, oh, they'll just print more money. And it's like, that's the problem here is they tried to do that and inflation sustained. And they're a little concerned. Vivix, we talked about waking up, said got to go. I mean, literally said on the live chat this morning, if you were paying attention and hanging out, we need to get over this 100 area. Clearly we didn't. So, bulls, bears, I mean, again, I still think you're going to get choppy. And be prepared tomorrow before the FOMC meeting. Probably not going to be a whole lot of nothing. Maybe probably down based on some of the futures action and some of the earnings. But overall, we'll see. What did we say yesterday? Trappy, trapple. This is not good. This is the nipple you don't want to see on the top of the mountain. Oh, hey, cat. Right? Like, that is bearish. That is an arrow pointing down. Volume wasn't great, but we gapped down and chopped. And now I said, I think 404 at some point would probably hold. I think we could play this game. Chop, chop, chop. I'm not going to pretend it can't. Q. How many times can you say Qs? 20-day held perfectly. Left-right combo, keep an eye. Now, just again, I'm not going to do the monthly charts, but zoom out. The monthlies are the problem here. 20-month is a rolling over. When the 20-month rolls over, and now it becomes resistance, it's a problem. IWM, we talked about it. Watch for lagging. IWM is not far off the October lows, folks. Do the math. Not far at all. Think about it. We were once at 200 in February. You're at 170. You're 15% off the highs. Talked about these levels holding. Not surprised. And I said on the live chat, don't be surprised if it's a little bear trap intraday that we go below and then come back. You're welcome. Dia. Talked about this. Doesn't look that good. Gold. Let's just jump into it. Gold, because the haters are going to be like, look, it's taking off again. Yeah, okay. I mean, I'm going to stick to it. It could be the wrong thing. I'm waiting for the Feds to pivot before I have any desire to go really long gold. But it's chopping around. Congratulations. Again, I'm always long gold. I tell people that, like, if you don't own precious metals, haven't been buying for the last 5 years, where have you been? Silver, same kind of thing. Like, this looked ugly and then bounces back. I mean, are you surprised by volatility and big up and down moves in front of uncertain events like the Feds? You shouldn't be, because that's what creates it, literally, right? You got people freaking out about extremes that potentially could happen or not happen. That's the thing. The market isn't rational. GDX, we talked about, had to hold 33 so far for you bulls. Congrats. GDXJ, it's been leading down, right? Rallies back. Look where it closes, 20-day. Watch this trend line too. Back test. AG. Dropping. Yeah, we talked about whatever. These things don't really look that great. AEM, probably a little better, right? Back into this range highs. Cool. We talked about Newmont lagging like so hard, considering it couldn't get anywhere near the January lows. Make your lower lows. Here you are, 50-day. Chop. Pass. Here you go, chopping. I mean, all these names, it's like, what do you want to know? Well, just be careful. If you're long miners, second quarter usually sucks. If the market peels and if the onion peels, the market will cry. And I mean, literally, the miners will get absolutely kicked in the teeth. That's usually what happens. Again, credit crunches, whatever causes it, it's usually not rational, right? But, yeah, whatever. Let's get into some of these tech names. AMD, as we always start, down 84 after hours. Earnings were, as we thought, going to be bad. They're going to be bad for the foreseeable future. That's why we're short semis. Doesn't look good. NVIDIA, warned people, I'm like, probably gets up. Where's my fib extension? Well, backside of a trend line. Whatever. Didn't save. Who cares? Well, kind of annoying, right? But Is what it is at this point. Maybe it's easier to see on the weekly. Give me 2 seconds if I saved it. Sometimes. Ah, there she blows. Said watch this area up here. You're welcome. Now I know we've been wrong on NVIDIA a lot. But as of recently, that looks pretty spot on to me. Now inside day, we'll see what happens. Good old Intel. You can always bet on Intel going down. Yeah. Gaps up on earnings, but things you don't see if the market's bullish. Micron. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Whee! Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down. Time for the down. Feels like it. Taiwan Semi. Does it ever even go up? One of our best shorts, right? We talked about it. Now I know it's not moving as fast as people want, but look out below. Yeah. This thing is going to get pummeled at some point. Speaking of semis, SMH. Put out alert, said watch the 250, 249 level, 20 day. Doink. High of the day was 250.36. 20 days, 250.44. Damn it. Missed it by 8 cents. Still, consolidating pattern. You know what we need to break. We need to break this low end of range. Once it breaks, the cash will flow into our pockets. Adobe. Same thing, choppy, sloppy top, 20 day, meh. Apple. How dumb do you have to be buying it up here before earnings? I don't know, but I'm pretty sure the only people buying it up here are not smart. Now, again, if they're trading it, that's what they want to do, cool. But people are buying for the long run, you are high. It's like from the movie Friday. High as a motherfucker. Like, what are you thinking? Because, again, I think it's about to get pummeled in time. It's just, I don't know if it's going to rally first on earnings, then flop like some of these names, or is it just going to be a flopper? I mean, they're going to underpromise always. That's what they do. Just be aware. Amazon, right? Nice little pop. Congratulations. Whoever took that short in the Discord room with the puts on it, please shout out in the YouTube video if you're watching this, because I want to make sure I give you credit for that. Because I think it was Dwayne, just double checking, but we talked about like filling the gap. He was worried it could get up a little higher. I was like, yeah, it could, but look at that. Bam. Chef Emerald. Bam. Come right back down. Again, things you don't see if the market's bullish. Amazon is just not going to be making money anytime in the foreseeable future. No wonder Jeff Bezos is like hanging out with divorced his wife, changed his life, and now is ripped. He's like, I got other things to focus on. Amazon, it's just whatever. I made my billions. I'm done. He's trying to get laid, I guess, and fit and doing all like the things we would all probably do if we had $1 billion and nothing to do with our time. Maybe not all that stuff, but you know what I mean. Sorry distraction. CRM 200 level, we talked about it. Meh, you see 200 level, nah, can't get over it, See Guggenheim, we talked about it. It's the same thing. There's like a cap on this. There's absolutely a cap on this. And now, did someone just say there's a dark pool print? No, wrong stock. Meh. Yeah, chopping. Again, if you're buying stocks because of AI, hint to sell, little note to self. You're a little late to the party. AI is going to be free and everywhere, and the stuff that you pay for will be way more advanced. But it's kind of like buying Bitcoin miners or 3D printing stocks. Like, there's no like barrier to entry. Everybody's going to be doing and making their own code. So I don't get why people think that somehow it's going to be a huge moneymaker. It's going to be a huge investment potentially, but it's not going to be a moneymaker. Speaking of not making money, Meta. Keep an eye on it. Just keep an eye on it. I'm amazed it gapped up and did what it did, but I'm not surprised actually too. When it was actually getting pummeled, it just gapped down and then it slowly reversed. Like this, I mean, this company's not going to be doing well in the future. That's all I can say. Microsoft. I mean, who's paying 30 times future earnings for Meta when their just earnings are slowing quickly? We talked about this gap up here, gapping up, chopping. Could Microsoft fill the gap? I mean, it seems very plausible, likely, potentially. Keep an eye on it. I don't have anything on Microsoft. I've got a few other tech names, but that's not one I'm on yet. But it makes sense. Like, I can guarantee, like I can promise you, I feel like long term you'll feel right for shorting, especially when you zoom out. Look at the monthly. NDAQ, we talked about this. Like, they talked about adding crypto to the exchange of the NASDAQ. There's only probably going to be one crypto, and it's going to be FedCoin or whatever the crap it is. MicroStrategy, man, I don't even know how to interpret their earnings, but up, down, chop. Cool. Closes at the highs. I mean, if you want to short it, makes sense up here. Yeah, Netflix. 315. I mean, holding the lows. I mean, things you don't see as bullish. That's why I'm like laughing. I mean, there's a few of the particular friends on the internet, especially like my friend Birdie Maker, who's just like relentlessly bullish because he's like, well, liquidity always comes in and the market always goes higher. And it's like, yeah, when it's a bull market, you had 13 years of it. Now you've had 2 years of a bear market or whatever, 18 months. It's like, we're not done yet. We're not done. Netflix. If you shorted 340s like we recommended, you just got to be patient. Roblox. Talked about couldn't get over this level, gap down on their guidance that they do every month, and then they said we're not doing guidance anymore. Tesla, let's try to move faster. Dogging, rough. Pops 15 points, whatever. That's nothing compared to, I mean, this stock is dead money. Game over candles. It was right there. Game over. All right, let's get into materials because materials not looking so hot. Now you hear. Letter X. Making new lows, things that don't look bullish. Materials, again, Nucor. Chopping, but if it breaks the trend line in 200-day, adios, amigos. Caterpillar, pops on earnings, flopping, chopping, whatever. VALE, a lot of people like this name. It's like, it's just getting ugly and ugly again. Should be holding up, but it's not. Arrow, talk about your favorite copper name. Again, keep this on the list long term. It's holding up relatively well as a smaller copper name, but again, we'll look for weakness. CCJ, everyone loves uranium except the market. Meaning every time it hits these levels, it seems to get whacked. I personally will be waiting for the 18 to 21 level if there was going to be. CF. Earnings, pop, chop. Not surprised. I mean, a lot of people are like really interested in buying it. It's like, I got to warn you about materials because, again, if the baby goes out with the bathwater, the VIX spikes up into the 50 to 100, whatever range, this stuff's going to get pulverized. Now it probably gets less pulverized. You don't feel bad about it. Probably bounces back in time, but are you going to feel really good about buying something when it's like all of a sudden then it's like going deep discount sales or the market's going to end, the world's going to end, and you can be like, do I need to hold on to NCF or Mosaic, or should I just go literally wait and then go shopping and pick out all of your favorite names? And who knows what prices they'll be at. NTR, same kind of thing. Chopping, choppy, sloppy, choppy. AA. And this name should not be at 35 if the market was strong. XLF, you're welcome. You're absolutely welcome. And pound to the table. Watch the 3350 to 3250 area. This was the upside max range. Talked about filling this gap, chopping around. Talked about yesterday, gift from the gods, the market popping on First Republic bailout. Feels like 2008 all over again, where we rally into the bailout and then we flop afterwards because the realization is ain't nothing fixed. You ain't throwing money at a banking crisis. Right? Like, that just ain't the problem. Money is the problem. You can't throw more of it at it. You got cyclical demand and economic factors that are just, at this point, not being fixed. And banks are going to struggle. JP Morgan, if you're short in the 142s, the 143, 144 area, whatever that is, 143s, congratulations. Wait for more bounces to short more. That's all I can say. They're trash. I mean, they are absolutely, like, their earnings peaked. Their net interest margin's never going to be wider. Credit write-off, all their credit card, I mean, they've got Credit Crunch, Credit Crunch. It's like, it sounds like a tasty little bar. Credit Crunch, yum. What is that? What does Credit Crunch taste like? I feel like there's some chocolate in there. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, here you go. It's probably got peanut butter and chocolate. Here you go. Just looking fugly. I think Morgan Stanley announced they're laying off a couple thousand workers. We'll see. Goldman Sachs, I mean, that's what you do when everything's good, right? You just lay off more and more people. Pop, flop, yep, gotta love it. Financials looking pretty terrible. Let's look at the KRE because, we always like to look at the regional banks. I need to start throwing that one back into the recap. Oops. Things you don't see if everything is A-OK, right? Does that look good? Does that look good? Someone just tell me real quick. Leave a comment below. When you look at the KRE, it looks good. Sorry, let me zoom out and give you even more reference. Does that look good? Well, here's the high of the bull market. Does this look good? Moving right along. XBI. Evidence-based trading. Talked about the 200-day. Choppy. Congratulations. Let's end it with solar and oil and gas. Man, people are so silly. Like, they get mad. I'm like, you better be careful owning solar the long term. Oh, it's going higher. And then it's like, it's going higher. It's going to, like, telling me, like, hey, you're an idiot. And it's like, my comments are, Nothing, because of the price action speaking. And so them to continue to like press and like, okay, ENPH, it's a good deal. You were right when it was like in the 300s, but now at 180, it's not a good deal. No. Again, all this stuff can get pulverized. Now, could it start being volatile and choppy? Yeah, but I mean, if oil and gas, the commodity market gets slammed, do you think governments have the funds to like subsidize solar? No, they're gonna no. Sedge, same thing. Look out below. First Solar, congratulations. I guess Birdie sold his first solar puts to. Sorry, Joe. If you're listening, was it? I think it was Joe, right? Joe PD's like, yeah, you sold me your first solar puts. Thanks. I bought them at 220. That comment made my day laughing. Yeah, because that's what we recommend shorted. Congrats. Winning. Let's end up oil and gas. Move quick. Oil, pulverized. Not good. Right? Natural gas, leave it alone. It's just like nothing. XOP, we told you 130s, take a break, and now what? Now like again, you backtest the trend line, you backtest the 100-day, the 200-day, failure. Can it always be that simple? You hope, right? ExxonMobil, what do we say? Watch out, fake breakout, fake out, fake out. Bam, not good. Occidental. Said this thing's been lagging forever. Well, look at that. It's still lagging. PXD going to supposedly get bought out by ExxonMobil. Well, ExxonMobil is going down. PXD is going down. In my opinion, I don't know if they will or not, but both are heading south for the summer. Maybe they're heading to Argentina. EQT, yeah, great. Oil and gas pops and then gives it right back. Flex LNG. Again, love this name in the 20s. We'll love this name in the 20s. Let it play out. Again, I think we'll be a massive exporter of natural gas in the next cycle. All right, if you have any questions, please reach out. Here to help. If you have any real estate questions, man, definitely very deep in real estate stuff right now as we're going into the selling season. Let me know if I can help. If you need a referral, you need just anything. Again, like I love sharing knowledge, right? Because it benefits everybody. And the reality here is that housing market, some people say it's strong, some people say it's weak.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, stop by the Discord room. A link is in the description below. Also, if you'd like to help support more free content, the PayPal link is in the description as well. I appreciate your continued support of the channel.